Okay, today we're going to talk about light. So I know you haven't really learned too much about it, but who can maybe name me some things that make light? Adam.
Light bulbs.
Light bulbs. Layla. What else? Alex?
I think heat.
Heat? So what, like what?
I guess like when you put something in the furnace, you have to light it up.
Yeah.
Fire.
So fire. So maybe like a candle can make light. Yeah. Gabriel?
Electricity.
Electricity. Aaliyah?
A wood fire.
A wood fire. Okay, so now that we know that some things make light, why do we think the light is important? Why are we going to learn about light today? Why is it important? Ella?
Because so we can see.
Yes, so imagine if this room was all dark, we didn't have the sunlight to come in here, we didn't have any of these lights on. How would we be able to see? How would I be able to see my paper? How would you be able to write? We wouldn't be able to learn, right? And we might bump into things, we might bump into the desk because we wouldn't be able to see in the dark.
We could use flashlights.
We could use what? Flashlights, but that's light. So if someone didn't come up with something to invent this, we wouldn't be able to use it, right? We would just be stuck in the dark. So that's why today we're going to learn about light and the things it does. But first, has anyone heard of Thomas Edison before?
No.
No? You have?
Yes.
Who has heard of Thomas Edison? Or at least heard his name before? A few of you? Well, Thomas Edison is the one who kind of invented the light bulb. So made us be able to have these lights right here, made us be able to have these flashlights, and when you flip a switch in your house, the lights come on, that kind of thing. So let's read this and figure out, read along with me on the board, just read it in your heads, and I'm going to read it out loud. The first electric lights did not last long. They would burn out quickly. Thomas Edison wanted a light that lasted a long time. Thomas Edison and his team worked hard. They found a material that did not burn out quickly. They used the material to make the light bulb. So Thomas Edison and his team are people that we have to thank for all the lights that we have. Where do you see lights in our school?
Everywhere.
But where? I want you to tell me some specific places. Raise your hand, Jason.
Right there.
Right there. Where else do we have light in our school? Finn. I want to think. I'll come back to you. Allie.
Lunchroom.
In the lunchroom. Yep. Keon. In art. Finn, you got it? PE. Yeah, they're all on the ceiling, and you can just flip the switch, and they come right on. So what do you think people used before the light bulb, though? In the past, before Thomas Edison had this wonderful invention, how did people see in the dark? Ella?
Flashlights.
Flashlights? Flashlights are what Thomas Edison invented. So before flashlights, before electricity, what Jace? What did people use? Candles. They use fire, right? Because, like Alex said earlier, fire can help us see because it's light. Does anyone know what else specifically? What they use the fire on? What did they put the fire on to see? House. We wouldn't want the house to be on fire.
They could put on the fire
Yeah. But have you heard of torches? Like when people would walk around and they had like a stick and then it had fire on it, and that's how they walked around. Yep. Or lamps. They carried something and then it was surrounded. The fire was surrounded by maybe glass or something that protected the fire so it could burn. But now we have electricity and it's so much easier, right? Wouldn't it be hard if now we had to walk around with torches just to see? Like, we might light things on fire, right?
Yeah. We can hang them up, maybe catch on fire.
You could hang them up, but they might burn out, right? The fire would eventually burn out. But with these, we can just flip the switch and then now we have light. So you think it's easier now? Or you think it was easier back then?
Now.
Now, right? right? So we have to thank Thomas Edison a lot so that we can be able to learn in the life. So now I want to show you a video. Let me switch it up. So I'm going to show you a video now. And I want you to focus on 3 words because now we're going to learn about what light can do. We know that it can light up things, but I want you to know how light can pass through objects and how it can't pass through other objects. Okay, so while we're watching this video, I want you to focus on these 3 words. These are our vocabulary words for the day. I'm going to tell them to you. I know they're kind of big, huh? They're really long and they're hard to read. But the first one is called transparent. Everyone say transparent.
Transparent.
That's the first word that I want you to listen for in this video, okay? We don't know what it means yet, but we're going to find out. The second word is translucent. Say it with me, translucent. And the last one is opaque.
Okay.
Opaque. So what's this one? What's this one? Opaque. Okay, one more time. Transparent, translucent, opaque. Okay, so here, listen with your ears. Open your ears and listen. In this video, it's going to say these 3 words, and I want you to listen to all the other things that this little alien floating thing, I don't know what it is, the little thing says. And then we're going to stop the video when these words come up, and we're going to talk about what they mean so I can write them down. Okay, so pay attention.
And I can't see you. Oh, wait. Hey there. Wonder what we do without lights, right? So come on, let's talk about light today. Zoom in. Light is a form of energy made of photons. A photon is the smallest unit of visible light. Now you ask me, how does light travel? Well, light is unique as it behaves both like a particle and a wave that behaves differently with different kinds of matter. If light hits an object and passes through it, that object is known as a transparent object. Let's do.
What word did we hear him say? Transparent. Does anyone remember what he said a transparent object was? Aaliyah. That might be another one of these words. Can anyone help Aaliyah? What did he say transparent was? Through it. Did everyone hear what Jace said?
Yeah.
Hear it. What did Jace say that transparent was? You need a friend to help you? Finn, can you help Karen? What did Jace say? It can go through it. So transparent means that light can go through. Okay? So everyone say this with me. Transparent means light can go through. What does transparent mean? Exactly. So you should be able to shine the light and it will go all the way through the object. So he's going to show you some examples of that.
One thing. Take a glass of water and switch on a torch. See the light passing through? Well, this proves that water is transparent. There are certain objects through which light cannot pass, and it changes its path after hitting the object. These objects are called opaque objects, such as wood, the moment.
I heard somebody, what word did we hear? Ella.
Okay.
Opaque. But do you know what he said it means? If transparent means the light can go through it, what is opaque? Remember he shined the light on the rock and did it go through?
No.
It bounced off of it, right? So what does opaque mean?
It means that it cannot hit something. It cannot hit something in the middle of it.
So it cannot go through, right?
Another
Okay.
word for it is like you cannot go past it.
Yep, it will not pass through it. So opaque, do you think opaque is the opposite of transparent?
Yes.
Yep. Chloe, what does opaque mean? What should I write? You want to wiggle the touch the little mouse? Yeah, Karen. Touch the little square. Okay. Good. You don't know? Who can help Chloe? What should I write for what opaque means? Does anyone know who hasn't been raising their hand? Anyone know? Madison. Light cannot go through it. So opaque means that light cannot go through. So what does opaque mean? Everyone say it. Exactly. Okay, so we only have one more word. So listen for this word, okay?
And you're using right now. And you as well. Yeah. Humans are opaque as well. Some objects allow light to pass through them partially, and they are known as translucent objects, such as plastic.
What word did we hear?
Translucent.
Translucent. What does translucent mean? Charlie.
Plastic, it can go through plastic to the light.
It can go through plastic, but what's different? What makes it different from transparent? Because remember, transparent means the light can go all the way through it. So what is translucent? What did he say? What word? What's the key word that he said about translucent, Jace? Kind of go through. It can partially go through. So we can see it, but it won't be as clear as if we put it through something that's transparent. So only some of the light will go through. So, Leanne, what should I write for translucent? What does it mean? What should I write for this one? Think really hard. Want someone to help you? Layla, what should I write? Light can kind of go through it. Okay, so everyone together, what does translucent mean? Kind of goes through. Okay, so let's listen to see what
Butter
says
paper
our gem.
and frosted glass. And do you know what travels the fastest? No, not a space rocket. Well, it's light. In vacuum, where there's no obstacle, light travels at a speed of more than 0.1 million miles per second. Okay, so the distance between the sun and Earth is 93 million miles. But it takes only 8 minutes for light to reach the Earth. That's a whooping speed, isn't it? When light travels through different mediums, it slows down and sometimes bends. And this bending of light is known as refraction. Take a beaker filled with water and place a pencil in it. Now look carefully.
Anyone ever done this
Do
before?
you see a bend in the pencil? No. The pencil didn't bend. The light rays just got refracted. That's why you see the pencil bend.
So if you took the pencil out, would it
Trivia
be bent?
time! Did you know that humans are bioluminescent, which means that they emit light? But their glow is 1,000 times weaker than what the naked eye can register. Light takes approximately 1.2 seconds to reach the moon from the Earth. So friends, did I not light up your tickling brain cells today? Tune in next time for more fun facts. This is me zooming out.
Like,
I don't know what it is. Weird.
try it down there. No, wait a minute. What did you put the first?
Maybe it's the part. Okay, so let's talk about this video. So now we know what it means for an object to be transparent, right? So who can tell me an example of a transparent object? Who can give me an example of a transparent object? He said a couple of them. What is something that light can go through if you shine it? Tati, do you know? Charlie? Some of you have them on your desk.
Wait.
No. What does transparent mean? Light can go all the way through it. Adam, what is something that is transparent? Glass. That is a, well, not glass, but you have like a plastic cup. That might be actually more transparent. Plastic. But what else? Did he say water? Is water transparent? So if you shine a light through water, will it go all the way through it? Yes. What about translucent? What example did he give of something that's translucent? Ella. Forgot who can help Ella. Yes, Sam. Huh? Paper. Do you think that if I shine a light through this, do you think it will go out the other side? No. So what else? Kieran. Listen to Kieran.
Like the sun, like when the sun reflects on you, you can, when you flash it, you can shine it.
You can shine through yourself.
No, it's not. If you have a flashlight and the sun is reflecting at you, you can turn the flashlight on and it shines through.
Like the air shines through air. What else? I'm thinking of one example that he said in the video. I'll see if you were paying attention. Jason.
He said, I said, kind of
Yes, a plastic bag, right? So like a grocery bag. If you had like a plastic grocery bag and you shine a light through it, it would kind of go through it, but not as much as if you had some glass, right? So what is something that is opaque? I can think of a big example. There's a lot of them in here. What is something that is opaque? Kathy, can you think of something that light cannot go through? A desk. What else, Tati? Wood. Aaliyah? The walls. What's a big one that is right here and that's all of you? Brady.
close.
Clothes, but what else? Naomi. Yes, yourself. Light cannot go through yourself. Okay, so, what else? Something in there that we didn't really talk about, but I want to see if you're paying attention. What travels faster, light or like a really fast rocket ship? Tati. Light. Light is one of the fastest things to travel. The Earth and the Sun are so far away that it only takes 8 minutes for light to reach from the Sun to us. That's really, really, really fast. No one can even run as fast as light. You think you can run as fast as light?
No. Maybe run to the end of the year.
You think even the fastest person on this Earth could run as fast as light? The Flash? Maybe the Flash, because the Flash is pretty fast.
Flash is basically light.
Yes, the Flash is basically light. Okay, so now I want to watch a video with a little floating thing. I don't know, what do we want to call him? Is he like an alien or?
Let's call him Greeny.
Green?
And red.
Okay, well we're going to call him Greeny the Flying Alien. So we're going to watch another video. And this one is going to be about shadows. Okay? So in this video, I want you to focus on how a shadow is made. And I want you to think about which one of these objects makes a shadow. Is it a transparent object that makes one? Is it a translucent object? Or is it an opaque object that makes a shadow? And I also want you to focus on what shadows do. Like how does light affect the shadow? Can it move? Can it be bigger or smaller? So be thinking about that when you're watching the video. I'm going to ask
You, there goes Mr. Deer. Oh, and there's Mr. Crow. Hey, Mr. Deer, how do you do? I'm good. What about you? Hey there, meet Mr. Deer and Mr. Crow. No, don't get confused. They are nothing but the shadow of my hands. Come, let me tell you more about shadows. Zoom in. Shadow is nothing but the light that cannot pass through an object. But hey, you can only see shadows of objects that are visible to eyes. For example, a tree will have a shadow, so will you and I. But not air and water, because light can pass through them. You can have multiple shadows. It all depends on the number of light sources. The more the number of lights, the more shadows you will have. Oh, there goes Mr. Deer again. Hey! You got to see how Mr. Deer changes in size. There's a reason behind it. When I move the lights away from my hand, the shadow becomes
Pay attention to
smaller
this part.
in size. And when I bring the light source near, the shadow becomes large. When you put the light source just over the object, you get the shortest shadow. Whoa! Mr. Deer looks so small now. Now you know that the size of a shadow depends on the distance between the light source and the object. It's hard for many to believe that light travels in a straight line. Yes, it's true. Light cannot bend or turn around that object to light up the area behind it. Trivia time! When there were no clocks, people used to estimate time using the sun clock.
Okay, so which one of these makes a shadow? What do you think? Something that light can pass through or something that light cannot pass through? Ella?
Okay.
Opaque. So everyone put a thumbs up if you think that opaque is right, or put a thumbs down if you think that it's a different one of these. Layla, you think it's a different one? Which one? The first one? What does the first one say? Transparent? You think it's transparent? So if I shine a light through something, you think it'll make a shadow, or you think the light is going to go all the way through it? It's going to keep going through it. What do we think? You think that transparent or opaque?
Okay.
Opaque. It's opaque because the light cannot go through it, so there's just darkness where this object is, but the light is all around it. And then can you turn like this is black? So let's see if I can find it. Okay, I'm gonna need two volunteers. Two volunteers that are sitting like absolute perfect first grade stars. Gabriel and Ella. Okay, so both of you come up here. I want Gabriel, I want you to hold the flashlight. Okay, we're gonna see if you were really paying attention in this video. Ella, come up here. I want you to make, you ever made like hand puppets before? Okay, so choose a hand puppet that you want to make. Something, I don't know, you can, I do this. This is, yeah, that's a good one. That looks like a dog or something. Whatever, you put these two together and then put these two up. Now put it in front of the light. Okay, so can everyone see her hand puppet?
No.
Can you see it? So what is this? Scoot up a little bit. What is this called? What is this that she's making? No, but what did we just learn about? A shadow. So what happens if Gabriel puts the light closer to her shadow? What happens? Raise your hand. Tell me what happens when he moved the light closer. Kathy. Say it louder so everyone can hear. It got bigger. So what happens when Gabriel comes all the way back here? Now what? Raise your hand. Naomi? It's smaller. What about if I put the light over here? What happens to the shadow? Did it move? Look, when it's right here, you see the shadow moving? What about when he comes over here? What happened to the shadow? Alex, what happened to her hand when I came over here? Yeah, it went over like it moved, right? So if I put the shadow right in front of her, if you put the light right in front of the object, the shadow is going to be straight. But when we move the light over here, the shadow moved over there. So what happened? What do you think is going to happen if I move the light over here? Where did it go?
Over there.
Yeah, it went over there. So when I move them over here, where is it?
In the middle.
So what about if I put them in the middle? Where is
In
it?
the middle?
Listen, if I put the light in the middle, I'm not going to do it. But if I put the light in the middle, what is it going to do? Where is it going to be? Is the shadow going to move over there? Is it going to move over here? Or is it going to be in the middle?
It's going to be in the middle. And you can only see them there.
Yep. Okay, good. Thank you, my volunteer. You did an excellent job. So now that we know what transparent, translucent, and opaque are, I have an activity for you to do with the flashlight. So I need you to get out a pencil. Everyone needs a pencil. Okay, once you get your pencil out, I want to see you sitting like stars so I can explain the rest. Okay, you're going to work with a partner. And let's put this up.
Can we do a partner that's around the class?
I'm going to choose it for you today. Okay, so we're going to do a worksheet, and I want you guys to figure out things that you think are transparent, translucent, and opaque. What does transparent mean? What does translucent mean? And what is opaque? Exactly. So we're going to do kind of like an experiment. Okay, so you are going to be with your partner, which will probably be the person next to you. And I'm going to give you one piece of paper per partner. Okay? And I want you to think about a couple things. Just think. Look around the room. Think about things that are transparent in the room. Think about things that are translucent. Listen and think about things that are opaque. And I want you to write those words down. Okay, so these are your predictions. What are you predicting that these can be? Okay, so just choose one of your partners to write it down. So you two work together. And then after you're done writing it down, I want you to get up. I'm going to give you a flashlight. And I want you to test it out. See if your prediction is true, okay? Yeah, I want you two to be together. It's okay. You can work with me today. So just come up here and stand for this. So once I give you the paper, I want you to write both your names on there, and I want you to start thinking about things and writing it down. I'm only going to give you a few minutes to do this. You're going to be... Ma'am. And then these two. And then... Okay, talk with your partner. Look around the room and think about things. Without your partner is Ellen. You can pull up one of those chairs. Okay, we only have a few minutes, so we got to do this kind of quick. Okay, you have about 5 minutes to write down. I want to see at least 2 things under each name. Okay? The first one says transparent, the second one is translucent, and the last one is opaque. You gotta write it down. Write it down. You should figure it out. If you need help spelling, raise your hand and I'll come tell you. That is say that is WOOD. Good. But I want you to do a specific names of stuff like what in here is glass. Can you go like go through this? No. If I shine it, it's gonna go to the other side. It's gonna make a shadow, right? So that's which one? Which one makes a shadow? Good job. Okay, keep writing. You have about 4 more minutes. Yep. Which one? Is it transparent or translucent? Which one do you think it is? This is your prediction. I want to see you write something. I want you to write specific names. Hey, everyone listen. Eyes on me.
No, W.
Eyes on me. If I raise my hand, I want everyone to raise their hand too. So I know you're listening. I don't want you to just write glass or wood or plastic. I want you to tell me specific things in the classroom like desk, bookshelf, plastic bin, door, stuff like that, okay? Give me actual names of things, okay? Yes. I want you to tell me what in the room is glass, because there has to be something in here because you're going to test it out. Use your partner to help. Yes. What is this, chair? Okay, you guys got to talk. Plastic, PL. Just sound it out. Just sound it out however you think. Yep. Okay, we'll finish this when we come back from after recess, and we'll do our experiment where we actually walk around with the flashlight once we come back, okay? Some of you need to finish writing some things. Well, I mean after lunch.
Do you want me to stop this? Stop this? Go.
Just keep it on your desk and we'll come back